lepas taksi.
The convergence of globalization and industrial revolution of Malaysia shadow and shackle the colorful multicultural diversity of the people, which is embedded in the soul of the city through its architectural representation and cultural festivities. The Kasturi Walkway is a landmark and hotspot for art and culture in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This street displays the multicultural identity of Malaysia through the medium of art and architecture, making the street a virtual time machine in flux of two periods in time due to the effect of globalization. Kasturi, formerly known as Roger Street, used to be a wet market, is now the center of arts and craft in Kuala Lumpur.
Done a very simple research on the Kasturi Walk. That was like, my understanding was it used to be named as Roger Street. And Roger. And the reason why being named as Roger is due to once upon a time there's one of the residents named under the British colonial. So they used Roger, but of course they have a full name.
Back then, in the time of Water Street, locals convened to the wet market, like how the families and friends of today convene to the mega malls to go for shopping and entertainment. Dry seafood was high in demand and was considered the main theme of products sold at the wet market.
You're talking about dry seafood. So when you're talking about dry seafood, this is a good investment. I mean, it's a good business. It's not everybody can afford, to buy dry seafood, especially, Chinese. So why is it there's a demand that the whole Roger Streets are famous on dry seafood? It's simply because of when the economy is good, then people tends to, they have more money, then they can eat better food. This is all interrelated.
Consumer demand.
Yeah. The demand and also the cost of living at that time. Okay? Onwards, the economic is slowly recovering. But of course this time, if you compare to earlier 1900s to 1920s, is already the economic growth was not as good as before. So that's why they brought in that time, they start introducing Art Deco. So you will see that from the building, although I'm not an architect, but I like to observe building, because from the building, especially in the design, then you will know how is the status or how well is the economics that time. Neoclassical are being introduced is during the economic was booming, and that was sometime dated in the 1910s to mid-20s, 1920s. So why is it that economic was booming? Because you see, when economics play a very important role. When people rich, of course, they can build, a beautiful building because of the cost. They can afford to pay for the cost.
The old street market, a street that is lined with wet markets, is one of the oldest forms of an organized market in Kuala Lumpur. Nowadays, old street markets has become a congested zone of traffic due to the narrowing down of the street, which is an effect of globalization and also public transportation. The clock tower at the very epicenter shows a significant history of Art Deco movement in Kuala Lumpur. Boasting of classic Art Deco structures, the perfect example is the clock tower in the Market Square, which was built in 1937 to commemorate the coronation of King George IV. Features the distinctive Art Deco sunbed motif at its base. The three-story shop houses here are examples of the ornate neoclassical designs, as characterized by the decorative plaster garnets, rooftop gables, and balustrades. It was designed in 1907 by A.C. Hutchback, a government institution. Neoclassical style used to be a trend for the locals during 1909 because it made them feel prestigious. Today, some minorities still prefer the neoclassical style to the international style because to them, it looks more of a palace in a new kingdom. Years ago, Lebo Ampang was lined with chatters or Indian moneylenders. Since most of their clients were Indians, shop catering to the community quickly opened. The smells are unmistakable. The aroma of spices, curries, and sandalwood incense mixed with the pungent bus exhaust fumes. Its stall sells everything from shimmery glass bangles to Indian snacks.
Last time the people used to came here, they don't miss India. You know why? Because the food they eat here and the food they used to eat back in India, here tastes better.
Rasam means Indian soup, South Indian soup.
see, sometimes these are owned by the fathers. Grandfather inherited from the grandfather. But nowadays, the sons are not taking over the business already. So maybe when the son now has taken over, after that, it's gone. They don't want to do the business, either the food business or the jewelry business. Grandfather, tata coming down. So now so once the son has passed away or the father has passed away, the business will just generation, they don't come here to shop already. They go to Sogo, they go to Wan Utama, they go to Mid Valley, they go to other places. They don't come to this kind of place. Come here is like old man, old lady kind of shopping paradise. But those days, in the house, if they say they're going to Chetty Street, the children will be very happy. Why? Because daddy and mommy taking them for shopping, to eat, sightseeing a bit.
Kasturi Street is the mainstay of arts, crafts and culture in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And Lebo Ampang is a significant past antiquity for the Indian community, which enjoy the fruits of a blossoming traditional culture in Lebo Ampang in the earlier generations. The old market square and its historical Art Deco clock stick out as a sore thumb in the rising mist of globalization. Hence, these three streets is the birthmark of Kuala Lumpur and should be preserved for the beauty and historical value it holds.